Well, there it is. That is the U.S. Open trophy. And it is a spectacle to see. Bob Uecker, those are two legendary images right there. Bob Uecker and the trophy. Sophia and Craig Kashawn got their hands on. You got to go white glove treatment on this thing, Rock.
I was going to say.
This is one of the great trophies in all of sports. And we have Michael Trostel here, who is the official historian of the USGA and the man that gets to carry this trophy around. Great to have you with us. Heard a lot about you. Thank you for displaying this trophy. Welcome to Miller Park.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and a lot of excitement in this game so far, and we're looking forward to be here for the first time in the state of Wisconsin with the U.S. Open starting next week.
So great. Erin Hills is such a fantastic venue, and been a long time coming, and I'm so proud of that operation for bringing this U.S. Open here. I got to tell you, Rock, I mean, I've watched a number of U.S. Opens and seen the trophy held up, but now that it's right here, it's a presence.
Pretty cool,
right?
Isn't it?
It is very cool to have it right in front of you.
It goes back to in the beginning. How far back does it go?
Yeah, the championship actually goes back to 1895. So that year there were only 11 participants, and we had the winner was Horace Rollins, scores of 91 and 82. He won custody of this trophy for 1 year. That's right. At least for 9 holes, right? He won custody of this trophy for a year. He won a gold medal, and he won $150.
Oh, wow.
This year at Erin Hills, you still get the trophy, you still get the medal. This year it'll be a little north of $2 million.
I got a great place for this trophy. Hang on one second. Let me get the white gloves on here. Let me just move it right there.
Yeah,
nope, stay put, Rock.
See what he's trying to do. See? Yeah. So how do they come up with the course, for the U.S. Open?
Well, that's determined well in advance. Right now we're already out through 2026, and with Erin Hills, it opened in 2006, and it's just a great piece of property in Erin, Wisconsin. And I think that what we want to do is bring the U.S. Open to the best courses in the country. Right. We haven't been in the Midwest since 2003, so we're overdue to get back here, and really overdue to get to Wisconsin. It's our 117th U.S. Open, and the first time we've been in this great state, and so many great sports fans here. Packers fans, Bucks fans, of course, Brewers fans here. So we're thrilled to be bringing the U.S. Open Championship to Wisconsin.
Well, and it's going to be on Fox, of course. This will be the third U.S. Open that Fox has the coverage. You can watch it on FS1 as well and Fox Sports Go. And it is just it's a great championship. It ends on Father's Day. There's always something special about the Father's Day finish in the U.S. Open. You're the historian, the official USGA historian. So as you approach this and you're starting to think about Erin Hills and where it might fall, its place in this championship run, are there any comps that you can think of for Erin Hills as a golf course, a layout for other U.S. Open venues?
Well, we're kind of calling Erin Hills an American original.
Nice.
It's a course right in the heartland here, and a lot of people ask what you compare it to, and a course like Oakmont has hosted the U.S. Open 9 times. Marion's hosted it a bunch. But what we're really excited about Erin Hills, it's going to play firm and fast. It's got some fescue. It's got some really closely mown areas around the greens, which I think will really challenge the players. Every course hosts the U.S. Open for the first time at some point, and this just happens to be Erin Hills, and you can see some of the views right here. Truly spectacular. You're looking at one of the just 5 trees in the property right there. It is absolutely stunning. And the fairways are a little wider than an average U.S. Open course. Sometimes in some places double the width. But that being said, if you stray off the fairways, you're going to have some issues. Right. The rough is tough. I was there on Monday during sectional qualifying day. Adam Scott and his caddy Stevie Williams were looking for a ball in the fescue in 18. They couldn't find it. So they'll have a better chance of the volunteers out there next Thursday through Sunday. But it's still going to be a pretty good challenge.
Well, it's a fascinating story about Erin Hills. I know you've been brushing up on that, learning about the evolution of that golf course as VR rolls out. But Bob Lang, a local Wisconsin philanthropist who found the property, was his property, and he just wanted to build a golf course that was for his employees. And in the golf business, we talk about moving dirt, and you hardly had to move any at Erin Hills because of the way it fits through the land. And Bob's vision, along with as the USGA came in, when did you feel like, or when did you know in your group that this could be, Erin Hills could be a USGA site?
When you ask Mike Davis about that, our executive director, he says his first visit to Erin Hills was before the course was even laid out at all. It was just a plot of land. It was still the farm that it was. And they said, we want to put a golf course here. And it takes a certain individual like Bob Lang and like the designers of the course, Mike Hertz and Dana Fry and Ron Whitten, to have that vision. And they did. And I think Mike saw that too and just said, boy, this is an unbelievable plot of land. This could make for a great golf course. So we awarded the U.S. Women's Amateur Public Links and the U.S. Amateur to Erin Hills right away, and shortly thereafter in 2010 awarded the U.S. Open to it. So, you know, we're really excited to be here. And, you know, in the past couple of days, Steve Stricker, a Madison resident, just qualified for the U.S. Open at 50 years old. He'll be the second oldest player in the field. That's part of the beauty of the Open, right? You have teenagers that play it. You have, you know, you look at some of the names in the trophy. You have a 19-year-old that won it. You have people in their early 20s. You have Hale Irwin who won when he was 45. So maybe Stricker can do it this year and make all of Wisconsin really happy. Yeah,
what kind of a golfer is best suited for Erin Hills? A big hitter or maybe a target guy, or what are you thinking?
Well, Erin Hills has a lot of distance, 7,700 yards. But that being said, I think the biggest factor out there is going to be the wind. And you don't really know right now how it's going to blow, so you need to be a really precise ball striker, someone who can, you know, control the flight of their ball, and you're going to need to have some great creativity and imagination around the greens. You know, someone like a Jordan Spieth, who's actually, his ball striking has been very, very good, at least his iron game. And I think he could fare very well at a place like Erin Hills.
I could ask you a million questions, but I want to know, there's a dent right here in this trophy. Do you know where that came from?
I thought you did that, Brian, when I handed you the trophy.
That scared me when I first saw it.
No, you know, the great thing about this trophy, the trophy goes back to 1895, lost in a fire. So this version of the trophy that the viewers are looking at right now started in 1946. And it's been passed from champion to champion. This trophy has been in Arnold Palmer's hands and Jack Nicklaus's hands, up through Tiger Woods and Jordan Spieth and Dustin Johnson. So it's seen a lot. You know, I'm not sure it's been to the bottom of a pool like the Stanley Cup, but you know, it's certainly seen its fair share of you know, maybe beer in there, or Justin Rose, who won in 2013. He and his kids ate ice cream out of it, and who knows what stories we're not hearing about that. So that dent is just one of the casualties, but you know, we think it kind of adds some charm to it.
For sure, it does. And I mean, the last name on there is Dustin Johnson, of course, the defending champion 2016, and Santana with a base hit. I'm really glad he got a hit there, because I am fascinated by this conversation and this trophy and what it represents. Rock had some really good questions while we were commercial, but and I'm with him, like, does the player keep the trophy the whole year, a replica, or what happens with this trophy after the player wins it?
So the trophy, the champion keeps it for about 11 months, and they give it back to us, and you know, we try and polish it up a little bit and get it ready for Erin Hills. So the last player actually to successfully defend his title and get to keep the trophy was Curtis Strange back in 1988 and 89. So it's been almost 30 years. So Dustin, you know, by the numbers, has its work cut out for him, but you know, the way that he's hit the ball earlier this year. I know he missed the cut at Memorial, but man, he's been playing some really, really good golf, and you'd like to think he has a pretty good chance at Erin Hills.
Has there ever been a guy that just didn't want to give it up? You guys had to go chase him down?
It's a good question. We did have an issue with customs in China when Rory McIlroy won.
Oh, okay.
We got a call saying they were detaining the trophy. But you know, aside from that, no, I think people very much feel that they don't want to give it up. You know, Curtis said in 1990 when he went back, he wanted a winner for a third straight time. You know, you hear stories of guys taking it into bed with them that they really just don't want to give it up, because you see the names in the trophy, right? You know, Bob Jones and Ben Hogan. We talked about Palmer and Nicklaus and so many others. You know, so much great history is embodied in this championship and in this trophy.
Are they allowed to make a replica if they choose? I mean, and keep it at home, or?
They are. They can make a 90% replica, so it'd just be, you know, a little shorter than this, that they can keep, you know, either at their home or in their home club.
What is this made of?
Sterling silver.
It's a sterling silver. The top comes off, and then it looks like you probably have room for maybe, I don't know, 16, 18 more winners, right? This is an open window here. What happens then? Do you add a new
I think we'll do another base. So you can see right here, it ends in 1964. So the original trophy was only up to here.
Right.
So it's about 18 inches. We added this base on in 1965. And you're right, in about...
That's a base hit. Good layout, Michael. Down into the corner it goes. Santana's around third. He's going to try to score. Throw comes in, cut off. And Santana is in. And the Brewers take a 4-3 lead. Jesus Aguilar shoots one just inside the bag at first. And it goes all the way to the wall.
Well, change up for a base hit. His last time out, this is a fastball away, just drives it right inside that first baseline. Well, and Santana with good speed, able to score all the way from first base. So some 2-out thunder for the Brewers. 2 outs, nobody on. Back-to-back base hits. And the Brewers take the lead.
4-3 Milwaukee. A 2-out rally here for the Brewers as we sit here with the U.S. Open trophy. I'm a touch nervous about having the trophy right here in case of a foul ball, but hey, that'd be a great story in 50 years. What's this dent for?
That's right.
That was from a Travis Shaw foul ball. Then Travis Shaw at the plate. We are visiting with Michael Trostel, who is the official historian of the USGA, talking golf. We've got the U.S. Open trophy here, which is a lot more than I imagined it being. You know, like I said, you see these trophies, their players hold them up, they kiss them, they do all these things, and you just, when you're in its presence, it's pretty special. Fly ball to left. We wish you the best of luck. It's going to be a great championship.
Brian, thanks so much for having me. We really appreciate it. And you know, hopefully people come out to Erin Hills, watch it on Fox. It should be a fantastic week out at Erin Hills.
Thanks for bringing it up here, man.
Thanks, Brian.
We got to get some pictures with this rock
coming up.
And we say hello to our good buddy Sarah Hirschland with the USGA.